Well, there's only one more unknown area, and it's right next to this lighthouse, or this, like, windmill, so we can try to do this. We'll just try to get all the question marks in the given area.
Come on. Sorry, I'm just fighting all these guys. And
You're fine, I understand you want to commit mass murder. It's the popular thing to do.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yo, get with the trends, everyone. Commit genocide. Like, come on.
I'm not gonna make the joke. I was about to make
Please don't. I know exactly what you're thinking, and that's gonna get me banned faster than you could say anything else.
That's my point.
There's a difference between saying funny shit and then shit that's way too real at the moment, and then Twitch is gonna be like, oh, no, you can't say that.
Yeah. That's why I was about to say it, and then I'm just like, oh, shoot.
Dude, don't even hint at it. The Twitch algorithm I might feel like might sniff that out.
Yeah, okay. What are we talking about?
Can you hear me? Idiot.
Oh,
How are you gonna get
do you
out
need
of
something
this?
over there?
Accepting this quest will fast forward you tonight. I don't want to accept the quest. I just wanted to get this check mark or question mark off my radar.
That's a quest.
But it looks like all I had to do was walk near it, so I feel like that part's taken care of then. That's a side quest. I don't know what this is in the center of Trinity. Literally all I'm doing is just walking up to these people so I know what they are later. Would you like to see my 12 emoji faces? Yeah, sure, Glabersko. You can DM them to me. No worries.
Oh, also there is actually an Easter egg, and most people don't know about it. Is for The Office.
Seriously?
Yeah, in the next zone. There's a poster you can find that says looking for a missing stapler.
Ha, that's funny. Dude, that was such a great show, The Office. Like, that was the peak of comedy. Like, you have to be, like, I guess, used to it. Because, like, initially when I first watched it, I didn't like it for the main reason why. Like, here's the thing, is that, if for anyone that's never watched The Office before, but I'd be surprised if you didn't, especially if you're around my age. But, like, legitimately, though, it's, like, one of the most popular shows you could watch. It's just a shame it's on, what is it, like, Peacock now and not Netflix? I watched it, like, right before they pulled off of Netflix.
Oh, they actually pulled it off Netflix?
Yeah, well, because every single person now and their grandmother thinks that they can make a streaming service with one decent show to compete with Netflix. But, no, yeah, like, legitimately, though, I watched it, like, right before they pulled it, because they pulled it after 2020? I think it was, like, I watched it at the peak of COVID, but, like, I watched it, and I enjoyed every single episode, pretty much. I mean, well, except for things like Scott's Tots, which if you've watched that episode, you know, like, that's one of the worst episodes. But the show as a whole, though, has a lot of comedy, and the thing is that the show has no audio, like, in terms of, like, a laugh track, or music, or sound effects, nothing. It is straight acting. So here's the thing, it's very realistic. If it's funny, it's funny. If it's awkward, it's awkward. If it's romantic, it's romantic. If it's sweet, it's sweet. If it's annoying, it's annoying. Everything is raw. There is nothing about that show that is, like, fabricated. It's all real. Like, legitimately, the acting is what makes the show. Because there's no sound effects or music or anything. It literally is just the actors. So, like, when the show is at peak awkward, it's really awkward, but it's also the same thing for the comedy and everything else. So here's the thing, is if you can get past the awkward silence, I guess, like, when there's just, like, nothing going on, like, when something happens, it's very literal, but if you can get past it, it almost can be comedic in its own right. That's honestly what makes the show funny, is it's just very real.
Do you want a military medkit over here? Or, oh no, this is MRE rations. That's valuable. In the back of the tank.
Ah.
I'll get this.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's a side quest. That's a side quest. There's another question mark down here. How many question marks do we have left? Oh, the exclamation points. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's about 12 of them.
Be warned, you were getting mauled by it.
I know, I was being brutally murdered. I was hoping you would just save me.
Yeah, I set them on fire. Burn. Burn. Hey, you wanna play a game?
What game?
It's called Catch the C4.
I rather would not.
No, I'm joking. The C4 does 300 damage.
What type of games are you playing?
Wait, you didn't play you throw the C4 as a child?
No, I mean, at the very most, we did stupid shit like we would do cops and robbers and maybe get a little bit too rough, but I never played catch with fucking C4.
May wanna run. You're about to see why. I told you to run.
You know, sports in the Middle East have gotten very competitive.
They're not blowing up. Oh, it disappeared.
Instead of saying go along, they go Allahu Akbar.
Okay, now it's time to run. I did not blow up 20 million things over here and then ran. It wasn't me. You have no proof. The survivors, they fell off the building themselves. Ah, shoot. I'm about to get kicked. I have 5 minutes left.
It's fine if you get kicked, no worries. Although one of the things that would be nice for you to do with me is also to unlock the fast travel with the frickin' underground passageways, because I have zero idea how to open them.
You have to get to second zone.
Oh, well, we'll do that later then.
Yeah. No, I just have to. Actually, the second zone does not take long to get to, believe it or not.
The waltz fight is that fast?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not even really a fight. You just run away from him. Well, he turns into a. Oh, sorry.
Watch it, dude. I still not played the game in its entirety.
Yeah. I always forget when people haven't played the freaking game in the entirety.
I mean, I put it in the title. I mean.
Oh yeah, that is right.
First walkthrough.
Yeah, no, I watch a bunch of streamers who've already finished it, so that's why.
I know I'm like 3 months late, but that's why I put in the title.
Oh no, I just started.
So how do you know then?
It hasn't even been a week since I've gotten this game, and I'm already done.
It's that fast? I thought that this game said if you wanted to complete everything, it was like over 100 hours.
Yeah, a week.
A week of in-game playtime, or did you play for a few hours over the span of a week?
Oh, I've only played for about 40 hours. It's not that much.
I thought that they said it was like 100.
Yeah, it's only 100 to get everything. I haven't finished everything.
Okay, well that's what I was gonna say, is that there's 100 hours for if you want to complete everything.
Yeah. No, I've only finished, like, I'm almost max rank. All I have to do then is just get all the inhibitors, which are a pain in the ass to get.
Well, I've been telling this with my subs, it really just depends on everyone's definition of completion. Some people can just complete the base story and it's good enough.
Yeah, that's called any % completion.
I know.
What are you doing over there with the child? Is that a child?
Yeah, it's the girl.
Kicking the child.
Dude, why is everybody in here the most southern guy ever possible? Like, I thought that we were in, like, what was this? Like, Haran was, like, somewhat near us, I think, right? Unless this is a different part of the world. Maybe I'm thinking...
This is a complete different part of the world.
So, this is probably somewhere in the US, then, because they're super southern guys.
Actually, it's not. It's in Europe.
It's Europe? Why?
Yeah, this is Europe.
Why is this the most southern twang motherfucker that's trying to kill me, then, even though this is Europe?
Yeah, it makes no sense. But Villador in the cinematic is pretty much described as the city cut off from time.
I mean, because, like, I was gonna say is that maybe, like, sure, there was some immigration, but, like, every other NPC, you can tell that there's multiple redneck guys because they have slightly different voices. If it was the same guy, I would understand, but there's multiple redneck dudes, and I'm like, okay, that's a little bit of lazy writing, or that just doesn't make any sense.
I'm not letting this bandit get away. He was beating the shit out of a dead body. Loot the body, by the way. It'll give you some good stuff. Burn. Oh, we're in a military convoy zone. That's neat. Yeah, lockpick that while I defend. You are floating in the air while lockpicking?
I'm Jesus, don't you know? I am the meme lord after all.
That is Achilles tendon, and then just slapped him in the face.
Blind LP is also a good way to say you have not played. Blind Let's Play? Yeah, that also is definitely another way to say it too. I mean, like, hypothetically, what was the one game that I intend to play one day that has been spoiled? Well, usually people don't slip up, but there was one time that somebody spoiled The Last of Us, and that kind of bummed me out.
Oh yeah, that was a good game. I heard.
Well, don't bring it up anyways, just because hypothetically, I'm trying to purge it out of my mind. If you remind me again,
Yeah.
it will be fresh in my mind.
I haven't even played it. I don't even watch gameplay on it.
Well, here's the thing: is that The Last of Us is got a really good track record for the first game, but the second game is a complete 180, and everyone fucking despises it. So even if I were to play The Last of Us one day in the future, I don't know if I would play the second game. So many people just told me, hey, just play only the first game because the second one's that bad. And I'm like, really? And, like, I don't know what exactly happens in the second one other than what my one friend did tell me in the Meyer spoilers. I haven't played the games for myself. But a lot of people, I've seen the reviews, a lot of people fucking hate the second game. Even if I played just the first, I would like to maybe, like, one day play just the first, but, like I said, I try my best to do every game in a series if I'm gonna do them. The only games I've skipped some sequels or some series installments is, the God of War games, because the first trilogy had sex everywhere. Five Nights at Freddy's, because some of the original games have got not as much story as the newer ones. Like, so I played Sister Location because Sister Location felt like an actual campaign as much as it did Five Nights at Freddy's. The first 4 games were just sandboxy, and I can get through them in, like, a day. What else? Oh shit, I'm in a chemical area, or at least that part was chemical. What was the other one I also skipped? The Zelda games. I've only played some games. I played mostly the ones on the Switch.
Alright, I just cleared out a dark zone because I got bored.
You're fine.
Alright, I just have to rejoin the game real quick, or it's gonna...
How do I get up here? I think I got up here before last time.
The game, I don't think understands what I'm doing, or the website, I don't think understands what I'm doing.
What is this area? This is a safe zone, right? Yeah, it is. I just had to turn on a generator. Although all I do really is not even repair it, I just turn it back on.
But yeah, the reason I play this on this is because of the quality it gives.
I'm ready for some Jackbox, man. I'm excited. I would love to play it tomorrow. I'm very glad we're doing it again. I got my Switch and have no idea what games to play. They're so expensive. I can tell you this right now, Soup. I have got some perfect games for you to play, okay? I'm going to tell you. Now, I know that Switch games are expensive because Nintendo never has their games go on sale for whatever reason. Like, literally, you could have a Nintendo Switch game release, and then 6 years later, it's still at full price. If you're just going to get it, don't wait for a sale. Just get it. It's not going down, I promise you. I can tell you this. Get Zelda Breath of the Wild. One of the absolute best games I have ever played. Is absolutely one of the best Zelda games. One of the best games I've ever played, period. It's in my top 10. I love it. I would also recommend getting any free-to-play games you could possibly do, because free-to-play games will not only allow you to be able to play your Switch and warrant using your Switch, but it will just also have, like, a decent amount of games. You can download Fortnite, you can do Apex Legends, because both of those are on the Switch, and they are free. It's worth getting them. They are kept up to date with the current version. That's 2 games right there. In fact, actually, my Switch is just behind the monitor. Let me look. I literally have my Switch just, like, right here. It was in the dock. Let's see what else is in here. If you have Switch Online, if you can't afford it, you can get all the NES and SNES and N64 and Genesis games on here, which, if you like old school, that's good. I also have Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3, Skyward Sword HD. Now, although be it Skyward Sword is not the best Zelda game, but it is one other Zelda game that's on the Switch that doesn't require emulation because it's just a flat remaster. Smash Bros. Ultimate, that's just a classic. Everyone likes Smash Bros. I have Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which is Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy all on a cartridge. Mario Party, Mortal Kombat 11, just because I want a portable version of that. And I think that's all the games I have, just solely because I don't play the Switch often. But it is a couple of games that I do have.
Did you already go inside of the pool area?
I'm sorry?
Did you already go inside of the pool area? There's a bunch of loot in or there's a bit of loot in here. And a free military medkit.
All I'm hearing is money. Smash Bros. Is 60, Breath of the Wild is 60, and Mario game is 60. You're only ever going to get a game for the Switch that's under 60 is if you go to a retail shop that's like a mom and pop place that sells used games. And that's like either GameStops or like your local neighborhood family pop shop. You're not going to get a Switch game at a normal retailer for a significantly lower price unless it's just bad. I will tell you this right now. Any other game that is like a Mario, a Zelda, or any main Nintendo IP, it sells for really, really high amounts of money.
Hey, do you want this legendary weapon?
Is it significantly overpowered compared to all my other shit?
No, it scales decently. It still only does 50 damage. And it ups when
Sure,
you're
but I will probably not use it until I've earned it anyway.
Yeah, it goes up with rank and stuff.
Yeah, the Goon Hammer.
Yeah, the Goon Smasher.
I low-key want to go get a vacation. Wait, hold on. Low-key, I want to go vacation. Get vacation. Used to play that mad on the Wii. Get vacation.
There's a hole in the wall right here.
Get vacation. I don't know what you're referring to. I've not heard of Get Vacation for the Switch. Go Vacation as a game. I still have my Wii since 2007. I've had mine since 2007. My Wii was my first ever console ever.
Hey, that was my first console also.
Well, I mean, I grew up in 1999, so technically I'm a 90s kid, but nobody's gonna really remember the first, like, 5 years of their life. I really didn't start having memories till I was, like, 4 or 5. So, technically, a lot of my childhood is, like, the very, very much the 2000s. Although it has got some 90s stuff, because keep in mind, I was not the most fortunate. I did grow up poor, so a lot of shit was hand-me-downs from my grandparents and my parents from, like, 80s and 90s. So I did kind of have a 90s childhood, nonetheless. But I did also have equally amount of a 2000s. And when I did play, the Wii was, like, a big novelty to me. I got it when I was 7. And this was only, like, when it was, like, a year ago that it came out. So it was still kind of new at the time. But the Wii was great. It's a wonderful console. I still love it to this day.
Back here.
And I know it's not necessarily the best now. It's kind of gimmicky. But I will forever cherish that thing because it was my first console. A lot of great games on it. I mean, a lot of them were also ports, mind you, other than just flat out being a Nintendo game. But, I love the Wii, man. The Wii was one of my favorite consoles, still is, and I still have mine to this very day. I have all my consoles.
If you come back here, there's a little. Oh, you're already in here.
I even have the things like my DS. It's actually right behind me back here. But like the DS Lite, the original DS. Because see, here's the thing: is everyone owned a Wii, but everybody and their grandmother owned a DS. Because every kid had one in the family because they can't share. And even the parents got them, technically, to a certain degree. Like, the DS was so friendly to, the Wii and the DS both applied to casuals as much as it did hardcore fans, so that's why it succeeded. Your uncle would play your Wii.
Have you done one of these zones yet?
No, but I'm gonna try one now.
You can't do it unless it's nighttime.
That is fine. We will do it next time. I just literally wanted to unlock it was all it was.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that
See,
makes
the
sense.
only I have pretty much it's easy to tell you what I don't have because I've collected more consoles in these last 2 years by going to an old mom and pop shop that I know, rather than like just tell you what I don't have. But basically, like I have every Xbox, I have every PlayStation, I have every Nintendo console except for the Virtual Boy, just because that technically is handheld as much as it is console. It's very much like the Switch was, where it was a little bit of both. So you can count that either way. So if you count it more as a handheld, then I have every home console. But if you count it as a console, I'm missing that one. I have every Nintendo portable device, like I said, other than the Virtual Boy. I have a Vita, but I'm missing a PSP. And I have a Dreamcast and a Sega Genesis, like, plug-and-play, but the original one, like, by Sega. Like, the one that came out in, like, 2017 when they had the mini-console craze. So I'm missing, technically, the Master System, and then, therefore, the Saturn. And then I have an Atari 2600, like, emulator box. But it's officially by At Games, a version of Atari, so it's still legal, but...
I don't remember what happened to my actual. Like, my grandma actually bought an Atari a while ago. Hey, you're gonna want to back up.
The Virtual Boy was a massive flop, Bursco. Like, here's the thing. Think about it this way. The Wii U might have not done that hot for, you know, Nintendo. Like, a lot of people think that the Wii U did fucking terribly. And that's definitely true. It sold only 13 million units when the Wii, like, just before sold, like, over 100 million. So the ratio is vastly different. But nothing compares to the failure of the Virtual Boy, of all things. That thing was so bad that it wasn't even on the market for an entire year before they moved on. It was in between the SNES and the N64, just so that way they had something to compete, because the N64, like, took, like, a while to come out. But, like, bro, think about it this way. The Nintendo Virtual Boy came out, I think, what was it, August of 1994, I think?
You're gonna want to get.
Yeah, I think it was August of 1994, and they stopped having games for it, like, by... I want to say June or May of 1995. There was only ever 12 games released in North America for the entire thing over its life, over like a year. And there were some extra Japan ones. But there was like 20 games in total, not even. It didn't work. It was just such a bad console.
Become a turret.
Ow, ow. Aiden, calm down.
Oh, it's the electricity zone.
It sold horribly. I think it ever sold like what? Like, here. Hey Google, how many units did the Nintendo Virtual Boy sell? 770,000 units. Not even 1 million. The thing didn't sell even 1 million units. Google's even saying it's the worst selling Nintendo console of all time. So think about it this way. If your console sells, like, not even 1 million units, that's, like, horrendously bad. That's, like, if you're not getting any extra income from somewhere, if that's all you're putting your bets on, you would go bankrupt.
Over here.
Nintendo only didn't go bankrupt when the Wii U and the Virtual Boy failures happened just because they had extra money to rely on. No, but here's the thing, is that nostalgia can be a bitch, but it can also be very wonderful. There's nothing, like, I regret about, like, the Wii. The original Wii, I missed that thing fondly. In fact, I've been very nostalgic recently and been listening to things like Wii music on loop, like, again recently. And who else can't forget the classic dun 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 dun, the Mii song? Oh my god, that's so infamous. Like, that's burned into my brain.
No, you have to.
Fuck.
I was trying to say you have to jump on the crate.
I thought I did, but I didn't want to risk it because I thought that you were going to say the opposite.
No.
Well, they reference the Virtual Boy a lot, but it's not, like, prominent. You're never going to see it again.
Who needs crates when you can wall run? Oh, it's this. Oh, I'm not gonna spoil this place, but it does come later that you have to be here anyway. Oh, Oh, get the smartphone over here. Can't forget your smartphone on this.
Ah, yes. Because smartphones are so relevant during the zombie apocalypse. Yo, guys, let me vlog my my travels here. Yo, guys, hey, what's up? Black Ninja 797 here, and I'm with my boy Killer B. We're in the zombie apocalypse trying to get some loot. I'm going to post this on my Instagram, even if Instagram is not a thing anymore in the zombie apocalypse. Can you imagine if the internet still survived the apocalypse? Can you imagine if that was, like, still up?
Definitely. If it did in this game...
That would be actually kind of funny. Like, can you imagine people vlogging YouTubers in the apocalypse? Dude, like, I thought that the content was already funny in the COVID pandemic. I can imagine in the apocalypse, dude. That'd be so fucking hilarious, seeing all these YouTubers trying to vlog shit.
There's gonna be, if you can get down here somehow.
Like, you would get the Paul brothers or whatever being, like, sacrificing people to zombies, prank gone wrong, gone sexual. Or you would get, like, PewDiePie, like, being, like, doing the Lowai episodes of, like, reacting just to zombie memes for the next few decades. Or Mr. Beast would be like, I'm gonna do a zombie apocalypse marathon challenge. If you run away from all these zombies without getting bit, I'll give you $1 million.
There's a pipe over here. You'll have to scale it down.
See, here's the thing, though, is if a... Oh, shit.
I was gonna say, just jump off. I'll just pick you back up.
I was gonna say, though, but, like, hypothetically, if, let's say that YouTube did survive into, the apocalypse, if all the YouTubers just die, you'll very quickly become the next most popular YouTuber. Now, there also might not be a lot of people subscribing to you, but if you notice the views are going up, you just base your view count off of subs.
Nah, you base them on zombies.
Yeah, being like, yo, like, in the zombie apocalypse, like, the numbers are basically doubled. If you get, like, over 1 million people watching your YouTube video, that's, like, 10 million.
There you go, there's just a crate right there. Did you get the crate?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
When I got my first console, the Wii, my parents gave me the old Xbox-shaped TV we using a year ago, but before, buying the Wii back in 2010, so I could play after that, I got a new TV for Christmas a year ago, and I can play on better quality. Yeah, the Nintendo Wii, though, it really wasn't about the quality. Hell, this thing was still an AV console at the time, wasn't even HDMI yet. It was very much still a fun console to play.
Don't look over here, I'm not doing anything.
That's totally not suspicious or anything, but sure.
I'm not mass murdering zombies by kicking them in the water. Look, the sea buoys. Sea buoys.
Yeah, totally.
Just run through the poison.
See, now here's the thing, though, is that much as I also love nostalgia, I also do try to live in the moment. Like, there's a quote out there that is pretty, good to, like, refer to, is that, if you're in the past, you're depressed, if you're in the future, you're anxious, but if you're in the present, you're happy. And, like, not to say that you can't ever be also in the past or in the future, but most people literally, like, the ratio is that they're usually in one or the other or both more than they are in the now. Because here's the thing, is that nostalgia is safe because it's already happened, so you can choose the memories you want and just be stuck in them because they can't change and they can't hurt you. And then the future you can get excited about because the future has not happened yet, so you can just make it whatever you want. But the present is literally just the present. Whatever it is, and unless, I guess, you're enjoying the given moment in time, usually people just think about whatever the present is not. But if you can make the present yours, then really, like, the world is yours. If you can be happy in every state of mind, you win.
I died. I wanted to see what happens if you stand in the chemicals too long, and I died.
What did you think you were gonna have happy? You thought you were gonna grow an extra nut?
No, I thought I was gonna turn into a zombie.
Oh.
People kept hinting at that in the Discord server, that when you stay in chemicals too long, you turn into a zombie.
I thought that would happen to Aiden if he stayed out in the nighttime too long.
That's what I thought.
Or maybe technically you
I
do become a zombie, but you never get to see it because, you know, technically if you become a zombie, you lose your mind. So you wouldn't be able to see it from your perspective because you wouldn't know what's happening.
Do you know what technically the virus is? Technically a form of rabies.
That's the easiest thing to explain, because rabies is the closest thing we've ever had to a zombie apocalypse virus.
But yeah, it makes you go insane, and then you start convulsing, and then you start foaming out of the mouth.
See, it's not even about that anymore. Like, right now, the main thing that we have is not even rabies. It's just all these other random fucking diseases.
I just found a little tribute to Crane.
Really?
How I can tell is it's because they're using the same balancing technique Crane uses in the game. And it has a hard head and looks like a worker. Darn it. Oh, well now he has a nose. That is also a spear. What happens? This lamp is bolted down. I can grapple onto a lamp.
What are you looking at?
Look,
That's a crane egg?
It looks like kind of one. Look at the arm. Look at the arms are kind of like when Crane's bouncing on like an edge.
Yeah, that could be.
It's probably not, but I'm gonna call it one.
Hypothetically, an Easter egg is just open to interpretation.
Exactly. Then there's the ones that are actually just Easter eggs in general. Like the ones, literally Crane's, you can get Crane's dog tag in the game.
Well, try to avoid what you're telling me, though, because some of this stuff is cool, but, it's kind of spoiling the experience. I wanted to find that on my own. If there's anything with, like, finding something that I've yet to find, please try to refrain from, explaining it, unless I you know, mention it, if you could.
Yep.
Easter egg, did you know you can get Crane's underwear in Dying Light 2?
Oh god.
You can even get it pre-used!
No. Oh, there's a safe house right next to you.
That's the idea.
That generator running. There we go.
Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. I like that, Glabersko. That's nice. No, yeah, but, I mean, nobody's perfect, but honestly, I feel like that really the closest thing you're ever going to get to perfect is when you try your hardest, but know that you're still never going to be perfect. Perfection doesn't literally exist. I mean, hell, even if you go in a biblical sense, I mean, yeah, like, even in like, the biblical sense, the person that you would deem the most perfect God himself is not even perfect. I mean, and he knows that. But I mean, like, legitimately, though, I think the people that are the closest to perfect are going to be the people that try their hardest to be the best they can be and do the most right things while still knowing that they're not going to be right every time. That's the people that you get that are the closest to perfect. It's people that try to do the right thing, and despite, you know, trying to do the right thing, they know they're not going to be right every time. As long as you don't let that stop you, that's usually when you get the cool individuals.
Why are you coming over here? There's nothing going on over here.
Yeah, totally.
These may have been survivors. There's still one. Back up.
Why'd that hit me? That's not fair.
Run, back up. There's C4 on the ground.
Oh. Well, he fell.
It disappeared. Yeah, let's just sit by the campfire.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was gonna be like, yeah, let's gather around the campfire.
After having mass slaughtered people here.
Yeah. This is our campfire now. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it will help if you just sing along. Bum, bum, bum. CMPFRESONG song, CMPFRESONG song, CMPFRESONG song, it'll help if you just sing along, CMPFRESONG, fuck, I almost had it, I got like 3 in a row and I jammed myself up. Patrick!
Killing bandits. You need any loot?
I'm getting some right now. By the way, friendly piece of advice, you can tell me this. What's the best way to get resources? Are they just en route? Like, I need chamomile, honey, and, like, the other stuff to, like, make, like, ingredients for, like, healables and stuff.
You kind of have to get lucky.
Are they on roofs?
I would yeah, kind of, but I'd say the easiest way to get those is when you can find the healing supplies little packs.
Got you. Myth, can you shit your pants while playing Left 4 Dead 2? Yeah. I was reading chat, that's all this Killer Bee.
Oh, okay. Kinda
Yeah.
that.
Well, I know you probably stopped watching when you started playing with me, and that's fine. I expect that, so that way you save computer RAM. Or just, you know, save your internet bandwidth. But, I have to keep up with everyone else, what they're saying. I think Vader, Soup, and Glabersko are still here. But then again, those Soup and Vader haven't spoken in a while, and I understand not everyone always speaking. It's just Glabersko's the one that's actively talking. Although I try not to make a big deal about it if nobody's talking, because I understand that some people just watch.
Ooh, spear. Spear that does 1400 damage. So the spears don't scale. They still do a crap ton of damage, so I one-shot all your enemies with a spear. Here, I'm coming over.
I think literally all there is just one more thing left to explore checkpoint-wise, or like wise in terms of like stuff to look at. My hope is that well, when it comes to like all the games that I'm playing with you guys, that that we can make the most amount of memories possible, because I very much enjoyed not only playing the walkthrough games, but just enjoying you guys watching them. Like, when you guys tell me that you like are hyped for the next episode, or when you're excited to play, that makes me happy. Because I want to share the fun that I'm having with you guys.
Zombies, can you please stop? I'm asking you this. Back to lock picking. There's a zombie on your left.
Yeah. Problem is I only have heavy weapons. I want more of a lighter weapon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, once you're able to get the Hussar, that's a light weapon.
I think all that's left checkpoint-wise, or question mark-wise, just this. Everything else is either a... Oh, never mind, there's also one more thing down here. There's 2. There's this, and... Wait, no, there's 3. There's this one that I pinged, and then there's one back in Horseshoe, and then Quarry End. I don't know how we missed the others. No, but yeah, but literally, chat, like, I was just telling you guys earlier in the stream about how that it was probably going to take us all stream to just take a look at all the check marks. And I'm basically about right, because we got about 15 minutes before the stream ends. I don't have time to go to 5 p.m. my time, just solely because of the fact that, I have to work, but, we still had a good stream, though.
So, we got any more stuff we need to do?
Yeah, just these question marks.
Okay, I'll mark one that's behind us and I'll go get that.
And if we have any extra time, we might just, either just goof around, or I might do whatever I can do in, like, 5 seconds, basically. Any sort of things, like, I don't know, like a parkour challenge or whatever, maybe.
Most of these things are actually parkour challenges that you find. I'm using my glider with the booster to get around.
On a military convoy.
Yeah.
Fuck, come on.
Or I'm stopping them from getting over to you.
Almost got it. Got it. Alright, then I gotta do this one.
The tank open. There we go. There's explosives in the tank.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Literally it gave me, there's a bin of explosives and it gives you a bunch of max level grenades that do 1,000 damage per.
Jesus.
At least that's what it gave me. I don't know if it'll give the same for you. Also, there's a little roundup thing over here, so I'm gonna quickly do this.
Cool. Alright, and then there's this, and then this. So we're gonna go do
The
this
tank.
one next.
We still got the tank. Did you already loot the
Yeah,
tank?
yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, because the good news is that if the next map is not accessible until we have the waltz encounter again, what we'll do is that we'll just take advantage of everything we found today, and then spend the next couple live streams completing them. And because now that we know what they are without having to arrive at the location, we can know how to prioritize them. And then once we prioritize them, we can do them in the order we want up until, you know, we can't anymore, and then we'll just end up going on to the next map by just doing the main story till we run into waltz again.
Yeah. There's also a traveling shop right here. Get that.
Get what you need.
Gonna sell my shit to him that I don't need.
Oh, I just remembered I can do that. Alright, yep. 4,000 of valuables. Bunch of weapons I don't need. A bunch of armor I don't need. And I'm at 100,000 coins now. This is the most money I've had in a very long time. And I'm okay, I'm at 120,000 now. There we go. Alright. Alright, what's next?
One sec.
Okay.
Come back later.
I am just trying to go to that last area, but right now what I'm doing is I'm gonna upgrade Aiden a little bit and give him some gear. I've not given him anything like a mask or anything yet.
Where's this last zone? Is it in Coriand?
It's at the very right half of the map. I just don't remember which one it is.
Oh, yeah, there's one by the toxins, if that's what you're talking about. Close to 2 airdrops, there's one there, and there's also one at Coriand, and there's one actually behind us. Oh, there's a lot in the zones we're in. Yeah, I don't think you're getting through all these today.
Yeah, I just upgraded Aiden by giving him better gear.
Actually, I would do missing persons real quick. That's just a little side quest, and it gives a bit of extra stuff.
So what's over here? This one question mark? Why aren't we able to reach it?
Oh, we are able. No, I never said we weren't able to reach it.
Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Just because by the time that we get there, that's gonna be basically the end of the stream. I have no time to do a side quest.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, the side quest is just go in, you talk to the people, and then you just kill a bunch of their men.
I figured it was, but I just didn't want to start a side quest if I knew I couldn't finish. I don't like trying to do that if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
Because I re-upload these to the YouTube channel, and I want these to be consecutive parts. Or at least, if anything, at the most, like, end on, like, what would be deemed as, like, a appropriate spot, kind of like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's just a Forsaken zone.
Alright, so we done?
We can explore this area real quick.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Crouch. Aiden.
They already woke up. You just want me to go ham in here because I can pull one out of my good weapons and just go through them.
I can do it too, don't worry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot in here. If we can get them all grouped up, I can just drop a few mines. Here, try luring.
Ow. I literally got stuck on the shopping cart.
That didn't work.
Nice.
Well, that worked a bit too well.
Yeah, you can't save somebody when they've exploded, Killer B. Just a friendly tip. I'm gonna save you by blowing you up. Well, that only solves half our problems.
You're always so negative about things, Naira.
It's still blowing up, even though we just respawned.
Yeah, no, I just threw another one.
Okay, I thought that you still were blowing up your old ones.
No. I know, I'm going back in. They all respawned. Since we both died, they all respawned. Since we both left the zone. Just drop UV lamps if you have them.
I really do not have that much in my inventory.
I'm just
I have
blowing
one
them up,
weapon,
yeah.
and it's a two-handed weapon, so it's really slow.
Oh, is that the Goon Smasher I gave you?
No, it's not even that. It's a blue one, which makes me think that the other ones are in my storage.
They're probably... No, you have a little extra weapon storage in your person.
Well, I know, but I can't find it in my my backpack.
No, it won't be in there. So if you click on one of your weapons while you're in your inventory, then it should show you your little weapon inventory.
Oh. What the hell? Well, that's weird, because when I go back and I hit my 3 key, I only have the one weapon.
Oh.
It's not like it put it in its own slot. It's like, Here, wait, hold on. Can I just do this then? Oh, there we go. This is how I fix it. Ha. There we go. Now I'm putting multiple in a single slot. You gave me the hammer, but, that's legendary. What's the yellow weapons, like, when they're, like, a gold color?
Those are artifacts.
Oh, okay.
Those are technically worse, but also can be better than the... The legendaries, because
Okay, 'cause,
legendaries
yeah.
normally just scale with your level.
Yeah, because I have the, this one yellow axe.
Oh yeah, the one that we got when we looted that one area. Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head to this one, question mark, and,
I was gonna say if you
that'd be it.
quickly come in here, I just cleaned out this place. There shouldn't be a single zombie
Oh,
left.
changing my gear has also helped a lot massively with, like,
Yeah.
you know, my immunity and my fall damage and everything. I got zombies, so I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Oh my god, they all respawned again!
It's probably because I came in here.
Yeah, they respawned once you came in here. But all the loot on my screen is still there.
I mean, I got the loot now while you're dealing with them. It's still here for me.
Okay, so that means we get double the loot. Sweet.
Well, that's the loot. I'm just gonna dip at this point.
Yeah, I would just dip.
Because I don't see anything else.
I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna die if we stay in here.
Get the fuck out of my way, zombies. Get the fuck out of my way. Ooh, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here.
There's
Ooh.
one waiting for us outside. They're trying to jump us. Oh yeah, and once you start doing more story quests, then you'll get to be able to do the towers, like the water towers in places. So then you'll be able to unlock and control more zones for a certain faction. Yeah, that's what I meant by the butterfly effect. Is each decision you have when it comes to like the water towers will have an effect on the game.
You mean the windmills?
No, the water towers. There's actual water towers.
I haven't gotten to one yet.
Yeah, because you haven't gotten to the quest yet.
Yeah, I figured that there was gonna be some stuff like that.
You're actually pretty close to the quest though.
I got you.
I think it's after the Barney one.
Okay.
The one you're doing right
Well,
now.
probably what happens is that since I've invested all my time on this stream to just finding things, probably next stream I'm gonna do the opposite and just invest them all into the quest lines.
Yeah. Oh, the next question marks. There you go.
It's
It's
a
parkour
parkour challenge, but still, I took care of that. Alright. There we go. Nice.
Oh, there's poppies and stuff up here. There
I'm
might be
just
lavender.
looking around.
Oh yeah, there's lavender up here.
So yeah, every single thing on the map now has been identified to what it is, so what we can do is that next time we can prioritize what we just want to do.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some lavender up here. I'm just taking the chamomile. I don't know if plants share, that's why. Oh, they actually do, never mind.
This dude took a shit so hard he is a half of the outhouse now.
He's missing his head. Nice, I'm trying to make him lose his head. Oh shoot, my weapon's about to break.
Yeah, well, because you've been brutally murdering the shit out of the NPCs the entire game.
Don't worry, there's a way to fix it. There we go, and it's all fixed.
Dying Light 2 Mythbusting Mondays. If I ever did that, Globbersko, it would have to be after I played the game. Just because I wouldn't want to do a myth that would, like, spoil the story. And I'll say this is that I don't know how practical that would be. It would depending on people wanting to see that, because I feel like people would be like, oh, we want Left 4 Dead only Mythbusting Mondays. Which means that in order to do that, I would have to have multiple Mythbusting episodes of different games that every Monday. Or I would have to include it. That's a joke. Okay. I was just going to say is that in a practicality sense, that would not work out. But, I mean, it would be cool, though. I'm not trying to... See, that's the thing. Is I try to be careful not to poo-poo your guys' ideas, but still let you know that I have to know where to be like, okay, look, I would like to do that idea, but I also have to have a lot of free time to do that. To do multiple versions of Mythbusting Mondays. That's all I'm saying. It's never say never, but, you know...
By the way, when you get to the next zone and finish up a certain quest, It's called Broadcast. Tell me, and I'll help you get a little secret item.
Okay, we'll do. Well, if that's the case, though, we are just going to wrap things up here just because I do got to get ready to head to work. But, it has been definitely a lot of fun. So, guys, I'll just say this is that. Thank you for watching. Killer B, thank you for playing. I appreciate all your guys' chats. I appreciate all of you guys being here and hanging out. Thank you for, contributing and helping and just joining us and having fun with us. It's been a very, very great stream as always. I've enjoyed the fact that I've been able to troubleshoot the graphics of this game, slowly over time, because originally I thought I was not going to be able to play on PC, so thank you guys for bearing with the little issues. But I'm also glad you guys have been enjoying the story and me playing. I was worried that by being late, you guys might not want to see it, but I'm glad there's still a lot of people that want to see this. So thank you guys for making the walkthroughs just a part of the channel still to this day. It's just been a lot of fun. But, yeah, guys, I'm going to head to work now. We've had a very successful stream. Looking forward to Jackbox tomorrow. Looking forward to more Dying Light 2 on Sunday. And, yeah, guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing another live stream or a YouTube video from the most unique content creator you guys are ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys. I love you, and peace out, guys.
See you, Ninja.